Is live, uncut, unedited. Tell the truth and shame the devil. I love being black. All right, people, come on in. This is live, uncut, unedited. This is where we tell the truth and shame the devil. I love being black, black love, black unity, black power. All right, people, come on in. All right, come on in, live, uncut, unedited. Make sure you tag somebody. Make sure you share the video. I'm texting some people that I know that let them know I'm live. I'm live, people. I'm live. I'm live, uncut, unedited. You already know what it is. You already know what it is. You already know what it is. What is it? You already know what it is. Tell live, the truth, uncut, and shame unedited. Devil. Tell the truth and shame the devil. I love being black. All right, all right, all right. This is your boy Martin G, aka the Crime Chaser, live, uncut, unedited. This is where we tell the truth and shame the devil. And we don't mind telling the truth and shame the devil. Some folks don't they get mad, but hey, nobody's hollering but a hit dog. All right, come on in, people. It's about the community today, and we got a lot of folks say they represent the community, but in reality, they represent themselves. It's nothing about the community they like, but they represent themselves. I tell you, I love being black. Black love, black unity, black power. To the last hour, race first. Y'all know I'm a race man. I love being black. I love black folks. And I tell you, if I can die and come back again, I will ask God, let me come back in the same complexion. I tell you the truth. Tell the truth. And what? 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 And shame the devil. That's what I'm talking about. Tell the truth and shame the devil. And that's what we on tonight. And people, I'm glad that you guys are here. I'm glad to be living in the land of the living. It's good to be living in 2024. I believe we're living in the best days ever. Somebody said, well, Martin, it looks like it's getting worse. Yes, it is getting worse, but thank God that God allow you to live in this day and time. That's real talk. Real talk. I'm glad to be living in the land of the living. All right, I'm super glad. And a lot of us, we don't appreciate life. But I appreciate life. I tell you, I appreciate life to the fullest. I really do appreciate life. I tell you, this is real. This is real. This is real. All right. All right, let's get it going, people. We want to open up the phone lines too. And we're talking about the community tonight. That's what we're talking about. And we're not just, we just happy to be here. I'm happy to be here. I'm glad to be living. I tell you, that don't mean all my bills are paid. That don't mean that everything is operating the way I want it to operate, but that's okay. I thank God for living. I'm telling you. Remember, I always tell you guys on this live that folks got homes and houses and all that stuff and can't enjoy. Well, you said, well, what are you talking about, Martin? I'm talking about people got bedrooms that can't sleep in them. They have automobiles they can't drive. None of it. They can't enjoy it. They got jewelry. They can't wear it. I'm telling you, people, this is the truth, the gospel truth. So help me God. I'm glad to be living in the land of the living. Real talk. Real talk. Come on in, people. Come on in. I appreciate you guys for tuning in. This is live, uncut, unedited. This is where we tell the truth and shame the devil. I tell you, the call lines are definitely open to whomever. As long as you respect me and the other panel members, you okay. You can talk. But when you get out of your body And some have got out of their body. We got to shut you down on here. We don't care how loud your voice is. Okay. We don't care how loud your voice is. It's real talk. All right. All right, people. I think we got enough. Let me see how many people shared this video. All right, Brother Stringer, I see you. Stringer on here. We're going to start off with Stringer in a minute. How you doing, Stringer?
I'm good, brother.
That's good. We talk about the community. Man, I'm just happy to be living in the land of the living, brother. I'm telling you. Listen.
Hey, God is good.
I think, hey, Stringer, I think we living in great times. A lot of people say, well, we living in perilous time. We may be living in perilous time, but I appreciate just to be living in the land of the living. I'm telling you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I often, before you got on here, I don't know if you was on here, I said that you have people that got money in the bank and they can't spend it. You got people got a big home and they can't live in it. You got people that have a nice automobile and they can't drive it. Their health is not up to par.
You know what I found out, man, with just being in bodyguard work, we're working with a lot of people who got money. Those are the most miserable people. And I don't mean like bad people. I mean, they're down, like they're really sad. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like, and you would think on the outside, like they got everything. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, all that money they got, they should be happy. They don't be happy, man. They don't be happy.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? They be missing something. They be missing something. What it is, I can't tell you, but yeah.
And that's true. I think we all know somebody similar that got plenty of money, but they're just not happy with themselves. They're just not happy.
And I think that's huge, man. I think part of being happy is with yourself, and you got to start loving on yourself. You got to start loving yourself, and a lot of people don't know how to do that. You know what I'm saying? They always feel like they need a companion and they need somebody with them to feel validated for something that you were already born with, man.
Mm-hmm. I agree. I definitely agree. Hey, String, by the way, since we got you on here, tell us a little bit about your organization and what you do and all that, since I got you here, because this is about the community today. And I want to and how can we get in contact with you and, you know, give us take this time right
now. My organization is called Team String. I Am Not Forgotten. And our goals and objectives are basically to just nurture the youth through their difficult times. A lot of people think that, you know, being raised in a two-family household is the best thing. Some people feel like, you know, being in a single-parent household is the best thing. You know, what we do is try to just identify the youth that may need those negotiation skills, those conflict skills, those financial literacy skills, or they just need coping skills because what I found out is like some of these kids just need a hug. They need somebody to tell them they love them. And even though there's two parents in the household, they may be missing just that part of somebody telling them, hey man, how was your day? Because what I found out is these kids are stressed out more than you believe now because of social media, because of, you know, people's lifestyles. These kids are stressed out, man, and they don't know how to exercise that stress. And it becomes a problem on society because they don't know how to exercise that stress. And some people say, hey, they need more activities. They need more things. Some of these kids, they're not going to them activities, man. I don't care how many basketball rims you want to put up. I don't care how many events you want to throw for these kids, man. Most of the time, and I'm going to keep it a buck with you, Martin, those are not the kids that I want, man. I don't want those kids. I want the kids that were on 95th Street fighting for 10 minutes. I want those kids. I don't want them kids that are ABC students and they're having problems, man. One of the kids just told me last week, and I actually was able to capture it on video, and he talked about what the program meant to him, and it kind of caught me off guard and actually kind of put me in tears because I was like, wow, I didn't even know. You know what I'm saying? I didn't really know what this program meant to this particular kid. And if it meant it to this kid, it probably meant it to some more kids that probably can't articulate that. But the parents appreciate the program. And we do a lot, man. We do a workshop with the kids where we put them to work. These kids work, man. They go out here and they work. They learn different trades. I got about 4 kids that goes out with electrician on Saturdays. I got another 2 kids that goes out with a landscaping guy. I got some young ladies who learn how to do hair. They go out with a beautician. So it's a lot of things that we do. And I'm more so in the suburbs, but I do have kids in the city where I let them work in a store. I let them learn how to, Martin, when I tell you these kids can't count money, man, it's crazy. Like, I'm talking about just regular count money. And I try to show them, with speaking to people and how you have to articulate yourself to come over to a customer and speak to them and help them and say, no, sir, and yes, ma'am, and no, thank you, because those are things that we're missing from our youth with just the basics. These are basic things that we were taught when we was younger. So our organization is really just to build up the kids, to empower them kids. And we also provide a 24-hour hotline. So if this kid is dealing with some stress at 2 a.m. in the morning, I want them to be able to talk to somebody at 2 o'clock in the morning, because a lot of times, man, these kids just don't have nobody to talk to. So our program, like I said, is Team String. I am not forgotten. You can go to teamstring.org and you can see what we're about, see what we do and things like that, man. And that's it. I work with other programs as well. I'm always willing to work with other programs. And we go from the ages from 6 years old all the way to 22, I think. And I like to start at the age of 6. I picked that age because by the time they get to high school, sometimes they set in their ways. So if we can catch them at that 6 years old, where they're just kind of coming out and they're feeling themselves like, okay, this is what this feels like. We can kind of empower them from there to kind of be the best that they can be. So I appreciate that, Martin, for you even let me explain and talk about my program, because I don't do it. I don't do it on when I go live. I don't talk about it. I post videos and things like that, but I don't really talk about it on social media, man, because I just don't. That's just not me. But I appreciate this opportunity.
Let me just say this, Stringer. You and maybe a few other people that I can really vouch for. The program, Charles McKenzie, is one that I know personally and watch your behavior, during all the years I've known you guys. And so I don't really vouch for a lot of people doing things, man, because, I want to believe in something. When I stand up and say, I believe in this program, a lot of people take me at my word. I'm a person known to be telling the truth, and I want to keep my word up, because the word is all we got, Stringer, all we got, and
yes, sir.
I don't want our children to be taken advantage of. I don't want them to be exploited in no kind of way, and I want them to, take these programs that you guys are offering as a stepping stone toward life, because we need it. When I was coming up in grammar school, just before high school, we would go to the Y and dance, break dance, and we had little programs, and we played football, basketball, all types of things that we did. And like you said, a lot of youth don't want to get involved, participate, but those of us that are living in our right mind, we have to persuade them. Listen, brother, we gotta compel people to come on the other side, do what's right. Come on, it's time to do what's right. And we have to do that, people. We have to show love and compassion to our young people. They need help. And we know our young people out here reckless. Not all of them, people. But we know most of the shooting that's going on out here is done at the hands of other young men and women, too. We don't want to count, because women out here shooting, too, as well. And if we could just save one, Stringer, I think we've done our job. We could save one from going out in the street, shooting, carjacking, robbing, smashing and grabbing, armed robbery, sexual assault or sexual exploitation or sex trafficking. You'd be surprised what our young people are into. They're far advanced.
Yes, sir.
Far advanced.
And what I found out too, Martin, a lot of these kids, man, they want the help. And I think you was a witness to that with a young man who, was coming to my store, and he gave me, a firearm. He actually gave me his firearm off him and wanted to make the right decision. And he just felt impelled to do the right thing. And I appreciate that young man. And that young man did what he had to do. He went to jail. He had court. And I stood up with him in court. You know what I'm saying? Like, I stood up with him. His mother wasn't there. His father wasn't there. His family wasn't there. But we stood up there with him in court, man. And he's a better young man. The young man had lots at the time when I first met him. And we talked about, just the you want to kind of look different. There's nothing wrong with locks, but if everybody got it, there's no way for people, especially the police, to single you out. And when I looked up, man, when he got home and he was on house arrest for a week, when I saw him and picked him up that Saturday, man, he had got his haircut, man. He cut his locks off. So these kids do want help. They do want the help. And it's crazy, Martin, and I look at these numbers right now, even, on your page, and it's crazy when we talk about helping these kids, that when we talk about stuff like this, or we talk about just the community, helping the community, the numbers, nobody wants to hear about that. Nobody cares about that. Mm-hmm. But as soon as we start talking about some mess, some other stuff, everybody want to get in tune with that. Everybody want to comment. Everybody want to say something. And this is the time right now is where we come together, we collaborate and say, yo, man, let's do this thing together. So we don't have to sit here and talk about why incidents happen in our neighborhood with our young kids. You understand? And it starts at home. I don't care how much mentoring all these programs does. It don't mean nothing if it's not implemented at home. And that's another thing I do. Every other month, I meet with the parent. I talk to the parents, find out. I do surveys and say, hey, do you think this program is helping your kid? If not, what more can we do to be better? What more? And here's the thing. Once we do that, a week later, I come back and say, hey, here's a survey for you. What are you doing to help your kid to empower them? What are you doing from the tools that we're trying to give your son or daughter? Because it's not just young men that we deal with. We deal with the young ladies too. I think there's too many organizations that's out here just dealing with boys. And I feel like the girls are just as much as the headed than the boys are. And the boys kind of act the way they act because of the influence of the young girls that be with them. And I'm saying that because of experience and things that I've seen. But we make the parents go through a whole class themselves because a lot of these parents want to be friends with their kids, and that be the problem. You can't be friends with your kids. I'm sorry. You can't do it. You can't do it because they will run over you. That don't mean you can't be nice with your children. That don't mean you can't open and have a dialogue with your children, but you can't be friends with your children because it's a real thin line between being a parent and being a friend. And a lot of times, majority of the time, you have to be a parent, not a friend.
Mm. All right. Hold it right there, String. I got another caller. Hey, I think that's Helen. Hey, Helen. We're just talking about working for the community. Yeah.
Oh, hey, Mark.
Hey, we're just talking about working for the community, just a general discussion. If you want to say anything, you're welcome, more than welcome.
Yeah. So, working for the community. When I was coming up, when I was, my children was younger, living in Inglewood, there were two young girls that was killed, Sarita White and I forget the other young lady's name, but her last name was Reed. And they were killed like one block over from me, and then another one maybe 2 or 3 blocks from where I was staying at the time. And so I started the organization of Parents for a Better Inglewood. And what we would do with the children around there, we started a bike club, we started a book club, and a volunteer. We would have them volunteer and clean up around the community. For Easter, we bought Parents for a Better Inglewood. We bought candy, we bought bags, so that these were teenagers then at the time that we was engaging with, and they made Easter bags for the children. They gave them out. It was just like real simple things that we did. And the organization was recognized or noticed for community service hours. So we even had high schoolers from Harper High School that, they would do volunteer services around, whatever neighborhood they was in, and we could write them volunteer hours, or should I say CPS, then recognized organization. And, it could come with their volunteer services, because at that time you had to do some service hours to graduate high school. And some of the guys, they did get in trouble, and they had to do community service hours. And Parents for a Better Inglewood, they would recognize our slips. We could sign in volunteer slips. So it was just some really simple things that we did. But I was listening to Stringer, and one thing that he said, and I definitely agree with, and it's very important, that the programs don't work if parents are not involved. If a program is working with something dealing with the emotions, conflict resolution.
Mhm.
If programs is dealing with the children with conflict resolution, it's very important that the parent also engage the child, or kind of like solidify or second that emotion, whatever the program is teaching them. Okay, let's talk about conflict resolution, and maybe even the parent can learn themselves. It's not just send the child to the program and then that's it. We as parents, we have to follow up. With that. I'm kind of moved away from community. Well, I still do community work, but for the last 3 or 4 years, I've basically been doing community organizing. I have a lot of community meetings. Martin, you remember one community meeting when all the women I gave at center on King Drive, when there were a lot of women that was coming up deceased, and we did a summit on women being safe. And so I kind of moved away really from working with children. It's kind of difficult, because you don't have the help of parents, and the partnership, we need that partnership, when our children are going to these different programs. Those programs are fairly to see your child too. They need your help. They need your sign in, you need your backing, so craft. I have a craft that I learned in school. When I was in school, we had home economics. They taught us how to cook, taught us how to sew, and my craft was, making earrings. I used to make and sell earrings, and now for the winter, I have clients. I do a lot of crochet now. And it's a craft that is coming back. You can go on YouTube and look at Black Girls Crochet. You can go to Facebook, Black Girls Crochet. You go to TikTok, and it'll show you young Black girls that crochet their own prom dresses. And that's a craft that I want to bring, to the community. I'm looking for a space now. You can have 2 spaces, but I don't anymore. So I could, have.
You sounded far away, Helen. You sounded like far away a little.
Oh, I am. Oh, hold
Okay.
up. I'm sorry, I was on speaker.
Oh.
So I used to have 2 spaces that was available to me that I could, all I had to do was let them know, hey, I want to do a community meeting this time of day, and that space was available. And the space on 69th and Emerald was another space. So I am looking for a space to, to teach our girls crochet. It's a beautiful art. You can just let your imagination run, make whatever it is that you want. And I think that, girls would be proud. As I said, go on TikTok and just type in the search, I crocheted my own prom dress. You'll see that these young girls crochet the most intricate, beautiful prom dresses that they made themselves. Some of them have now become very lucrative. They've making their own coats, their own winter coats, and it's an old craft, but it's coming back. At one time, someone was saying that it's a lost craft, but it's not. There are a lot of Black girls that are young too, and picking the art back up. It's a beautiful art. Any young girl that's listening and that's on your live now, go to TikTok. They have one group on Facebook, and it's called Black Girls Crochet. Beautiful. And a lot of times what I like about crocheting, sewing, and making your own is that when you can let your individuality, that art come out. You go somewhere, you may be the only one somewhere with an outfit on that you made. You didn't go to the store where they have 5, 6, 7, or 10 outfits, and you go to a club and 10 people have on the same outfit as you. So it's a beautiful art. I'm looking for a space. I just need a small space so that I can, the girls can come and they can start learning, this art or this craft. It's in demand. You can go anywhere on Navy Pier and you walk, they have the vendors down there. Beautiful. You can sell your items or your merchandise. You can sell it. It's very profitable for young girls, and it helps with your emotions. Just being able to create something. You created something. You put it on sale, or you let people know that, hey, this is what I do, and it's very profitable also. So that's kind of where I am now. Just want to bring that art or that craft back. People are always donating the yarn, the needles, whatever it is, that I need. I just, I've been looking for a space so that I can introduce that art or that craft to the community. So that's kind of, where I am with that.
I think the Chicago Public Library be having rooms and stuff like that, depending on where you go. You schedule free rooms for community, things like that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Chicago Public Library. They have rooms, and especially with something like that for the community. And you check on it. Even the Park District, depending on who you talk to, have rooms. Free of cost, free of charge. You helping the youth.
Oh, okay.
We need it's all hands on deck. Now, Stringer, don't worry about how many people that's not on here, who on here. Hey, they'll get a chance to see it. I don't even worry about that. You still talk like if it's 1,000 people on here. Because our people are sick. They want to hear mess. They want to see blood. They don't want nothing that's going to help them, a lot of us.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
If you're talking about how to restore your credit, you got 10 people on here. How to buy a house, 10 people on here. How to avoid confrontation with the police, 10 people on here. But some busting heads and cussing, I'm going back at another activist, or we are. I mean, it's what they want to see, man. That's where their mind is. Their mind is trash. Trash. I've had people, Martin, remember you talked about how to expunge your seal your record. See, they remember the title, but they didn't watch the program. They didn't watch it. Now they want me to go back and tell them what day I said that. No, you got to go find it. Dig back up. You still had a number? No, find the live and you'll find it. See, it's only so much we can do, Stringer. We helping folk. And I'm going to tell you, God is so just. If he wipes Chicago off the map, he's still just. Sometimes God got to wipe out a whole generation of folks to let some new folks come up and succeed. You know, because some folks they want to stay right where they at. They want to waddle. They want to complain about their condition, but they don't want to do anything about it. You know, and I tell people, those of us that's working for the community, we don't want to be money motivated. Don't get me wrong. Money is right up there with oxygen. You can't live without it. You can't do nothing without it. But if you don't get no money, are you still willing to work with the community? And those are people that we need. And also we need people that work in the community that can be trusted. We don't need no freaks and no perverts all over our children, period. We just don't need that. We don't need no messy people over our children, period. We need people that's going to be professional when it comes to dealing with our children. And I think one brother said, a lot of our children, they don't go by what we say. They go by what they see, what we do, how we handle ourselves. We have to handle ourselves. And like you said, Stringer, we don't know what impact that we have on young folks when we helping people. We have to use our talents and our skills to help some young people. This can be therapy for some young people. Crocheting, like you said, Stringer, calling their hotline at 2:00 in the morning. You don't know what they're going through. Grandmama could have kicked them out the house 2:00 in the morning. Now they got to walk the street. They don't know who to call, where to go. No Uber fare. So we are taking mind of all these things, people. We need each other, and God's going to get us if we're not doing right about the people that we serve. We got to love on the people that we serve. And I know it's a little difficult. They get on our nerves. They get on my nerves too. But sometimes we just got to swallow our pride. You know what? I'm here to help. And that's what I'm here to do. And I love helping people. It makes me feel better. It makes me, you know how some people, they smoke and they drink and they get out of their mind, and it's like me. When I help somebody, it helps me not to think about my situation. And I'll tell you, I love what I'm doing. I love it. And I do it skillful. I do it not grudgingly. And if I can help anybody, I can. Now I just tell people, a lot of people call me and ask me, inbox me, can you help me with this? Help me. I'm only one person. I don't have a crew of people that can reach out to a lot of people at one time. So that's why on this platform, I try to bring y'all good information, people that's willing and want to see the community doing better. Now, all that confusion and all that stuff is not about that. And plus, I'm not the type person that I go around searching on bad things on people. That's not me. That's not who I am. I have a lot of information on people that's bad. You'd be surprised what I got on people, but I don't say anything. You know, I just keep it to myself. It's their business. This platform is not about that. This is not a show. We're not here to entertain you. We're here to bring you some good information, good food for thought. We're not clapping booties. We're not making it rain. We're not doing none of those things on this channel. We're not rolling up, none of that. We're just bringing you truth. We're speaking truth to power. And hopefully we can say something to some young person or older person that can change their mind in the right direction. And y'all know I support young people, but I get on them when they're wrong. I support Chicago police when they're right. But when they're wrong, I don't support them, period. So I don't want to think people, you never heard me saying F12 and all. I don't talk like that. Because I'm the first one to pick up that telephone and call the police, say, police, come and get him before I kill him. You know, so they saves me from going to jail or going to heaven by way of penitentiary. Don't want to do that. So I want to, also the phone lines are open, people. We take some more calls. We got String on the live with us tonight and Helen on live with us tonight. And we talk about serving the community. It's all about the community, people. When are we going to get back down to the community, help the community? Helping the community. People need help. Our young people need help. Because I'm going to tell you, Listen, the migrants here, they getting resources big time, Helen and Stringer, big time. And let me say this, Stringer, and let me say this, Helen, and I want to say to the family that lost their loved ones on 52nd and Damien, but listen, CPD putting out resources for them. I've never known CPD put out resources for when it's a mass shooting in our community, when little babies get hit. But they talking about doing a lot of things for that family over the family. Did you guys know that? Did y'all hear about that?
No, I didn't hear about that.
I'm just telling y'all. See this out. See people. We so busy. We fighting against each other, but we missing the point because they got all types of resources for that family, the house that got shot up and all that. Now we get schools shot up. We get mass shootings. We had so many mass shootings in the Black community this year. More than enough. Nobody reaches out for our little children. Nobody go far and beyond for us. And we got to fight, man. We have Stringer and Helen. We have too many people in high places, in these high places, and not to get nothing done for us. That's strange, man. All these politicians, it's a lot of it. We just don't get done. We just get overlooked for some reason. I don't know why. It's we're not, I don't know. We're just being silent. We happy with the first Black this, the first Black woman, the first Black person to serve on this board, but they're not serving the community. The community is not being reached. So I've never seen resources come from the police department for our young people to get shut up in mass shooting. Period. We need help in the Black community.
Mark.
Yes.
Yeah, Martin.
Go ahead.
Absolutely. Absolutely everything you said is true. I think that's why I started organizing in the community and having community meetings so that the community can vent, because a lot of times our community need to vent. They need to just say something. They really really have a lot to say, and also to provide the community with information. You talked about the politicians. Everybody is Black. We have a Black lieutenant governor. We have a Black woman that is the Cook County president. We have a Black mayor. We have Black aldermen. But they are only Black in color. And so
tell the truth.
Community organizing and community meetings are important so that our people don't be fooled by first Black this, so that they are not fooled when politicians come around Christmas and Thanksgiving and give out the turkey. Our communities are hurting, and our people want the information. They do. They want the information, but we have to give our community time. When I have my community meetings, and I just have to say this, I don't serve food. I don't have food there. I may have some water, may have some cookies, because one, I can't afford it. Two, that's not why I'm having the community meeting. I'm not trying to feed the community, not at that time. Now, I may do some events after that, but if this is a community meeting, no. What the young people say nowadays, because when we come in this community meeting, we have to be standing on business about the community, about politics, about our schools, about the safety in our community, all of that. What about activities for our young people? What can they do? What is a safe activity in our community that our children can engage in the community instead of going downtown doing the trends. Now, I want to talk about trends, Martin, and you know, the trend started with that with a young guy in Inglewood. I know his name. I'm not gonna say his name, but it started with a young guy in Inglewood. And you know why he started those trends? Because our communities were not safe for them. Because when trends first started, these were high schoolers, and so they would go downtown, you know. And I know one of the trends, they had a pillow fight. Now I know that looked a little disorderly to some people in the community and to the mayor and the chief of police at the time. But he said it when they found out who started these trends. Principal had him write a letter, write a page about why did he start the trends. And he said it, our communities are not safe for us. And so we go where it's safe. And they used to meet at the Beam. That's base. They really started in Hyde Park. And they went to downtown to the Loop. And they started at the Beam. You know, but it was frowned upon. And they wasn't, the community or the mayor or chief of police, they didn't listen to them. They made them look as if they were delinquents. But nobody listened to them. They wanted somewhere safe. Nobody listened. And look at where we are now. They have trends now. Now they go down there and a lot of times they, you know, may loot or they may steal. They may target one store, you know. But had we listened, and all of this was pre-COVID, years before COVID, when the children said, this is why we come down here. Because it was a big group of them. It was that they were scared. The babies was crying out then. This is the only safe place. We have nowhere in our communities to turn to on Fridays or Saturdays. Okay. We have nowhere safe.
Yeah. Well, let me just say
Rahm Emanuel closed everything.
Everything. Let me say this. Selena said, y'all study talking about the same, you know what, and talking doesn't get none done. But let me just say something, Selena. Maybe you need to call in and tell us how to do it. You know, if you got the answers, let us know. We open. That's what we got the platform. But, you know, I've been taught all my life how to solve a problem. So you got to ask questions. You got to talk about it. You know, so that's what we're doing now. We're dialoguing. The Bible said iron sharpens iron. So maybe you can call in, Selena, and give us some good pointers what we should be doing or show us how to do it. Because I'm open. I'm open. How about you, String? Are you open to learn something? You, Helen? I'm open to learn. Let me know what we need to do.
Absolutely.
We need new ideas. We need more
absolutely
people on deck. So, I mean, we can talk and keep talking, but you solve things by asking questions. That's talking. When you look at a problem, you ask, okay, why is they doing this? Why is they do? You got to ask yourself a question. Then you got to get in the minds of how can we stop them from doing this? That's what we're doing tonight. Nobody have their Superman cape on or Wonder Woman suit on. We talking about the community, working for the community. That's it. So call in, Selena, and so we can hear some fresh ideas that you got. So don't just be a talker. Let's hear what you got to say. And I'm not trying to front you off or nothing like that, but I want you, anybody on here to think that we just talking only, you come on here and call us and tell us what we should be doing. As a matter of fact, don't tell us what we should be doing. You show us what we should be doing. Since you said we talking, go ahead. Go ahead, Stringer. Go ahead.
I think a young man by the name of Steven said, even Black police don't help putting resources in our own, which is sickening. I know several in the Chicago, especially Inglewood area and Chatham, where Black officers and Hispanics officers go out in the community probably every other day to help and to let the community know about the resources that they have. I know Kenneth is one of them. If you don't know Kenneth, Stephen, I think his name is Kenneth Griffin. You can look him up, and when I tell you this young officer is putting his own money up to do certain things in his district to help young Black people. So I don't like to put or group up every officer when you've never met every officer. So we got to be careful when we say even Black officers don't do that, because I have several officers that are part of my organization, and they come out and they do stuff for free. They do stuff for free. They don't get paid for it. They don't ask for a dollar, but they come out and try to empower the youth for free. So let's be careful when we say what people don't do. Let's not categorize everybody into the same barrel of apples. Like we can't do that. That's the wrong thing to do. But I'm open to anybody that want to be a mentor, anybody that want to be a facilitator, anybody that want to help, man, inbox me. My name is Stringer Harris. Inbox me. I would love to have you, especially if you got a good background. You got a clean background, because we do background checks over here. We do. And again, if you have a felony for having a gun, that does not exclude you. We don't want the other stuff. You understand what I'm saying? So having a felony, it doesn't exclude you, but the other stuff will exclude you, if you understand what I'm saying. I would love to have anybody that wants to make a change in communities. I'm not just going to say your community, but communities as a whole. Because we say in our communities, here's the thing about that, Mark. I just say, hey, man, we want to change the people in Inglewood. So Inglewood kids don't go to Chatham. They don't go to Harvey. They don't go to South Holland. So I want to make sure that we don't just categorize kids in that community. We do it as a whole. We want to reach kids as a whole because they travel, they go places. So if we can all come together and do stuff to empower these youth all over the area, the Chicagoland area, I think that might change things. And again, like I said from the beginning, I don't know if anybody heard, I want those kids. I keep it like crocheting is great. I just feel like will their attention span allow them to do that crocheting part? I feel like it would me and another partner of mine, who is, man, I'll tell you, this guy is awesome. His name is Jason Clark. He's over at Thornton High School, and he has a program. When I tell you, I look up to this young man. He has turned this school, just the way these kids are like going for this. I don't even know the words to use, but I love it. Every time I see him post something, I smile because I love it. I love what he's doing over there. But what he did was he captivated these kids by doing something that these kids can actually be a part of. So he built a studio inside a school, like a real studio where, rappers, like real rappers can go and they can actually do a thing. And so he's teaching these kids not just how to be engineers, because if anybody know anything about music, most engineers are white folks. They're white folks. Those music that you hear that these rappers are on, the people that's behind the switchboard don't look like us. How do I know that? I've sat in the room for over 25 years watching white engineers do our music, and they get paid a lot of money. So if we can have us starting at 16, 15, 17 years of age, learning how to be an engineer, and then possibly going to school and learning this particular trade, oh my God, that's another skill set these young men or young women know in our community. And I promise you, they'll sit there and be in tune to how to loop this, double that, do this. Like, that's huge. And those are the things I think that cultivate these youth. You got to go to them. You got to meet them on their level. And a lot of these kids, man, you just got to tap into them. They like rapping. They like cars. They like, man, like you said, crocheting. Crocheting is cool. Let's figure out how to make some new jeans. How can we make a pair of jeans yo, y'all want to have a new style? Look at what Kanye is doing. You guys can be the next Kanye, man. So I think that's empowering our youth and things like that.
Yeah. Reb the Barber, new caller. Go ahead,
Right.
Helen. Go ahead
Let me
before you
say-
come. Go ahead.
Okay. Yeah. Thanks, Stringer. Yes, for that. You know, our children, like you said, the next Kanye. You know, I've taught the young women in my family, you know, how to repurpose. Hold on. I've taught the young women in my family how to repurpose. You know, how to repurpose blue jeans. You know, don't throw your blue jeans, girls. You know, at the school, I taught with them, you know, about repurposing your own jeans. You don't have to wear what everyone else wears. And the individuality, the individual creativity now is being tapped into. Like you say, the next Kanye. You look at some of Kanye's stuff, you know, and it's the T-shirt maybe with some holes in it, you know, in a special type of way where you can do that. Fashion is a big thing in our community. And I think that, you know, crocheting, repurposing jeans will activate that creativity in our girls.
Okay.
It
All right.
broadens it just broadens their thinking.
That's
You
right.
know? So yeah, I'm back on mute now.
Okay. Reb the Barber. Go ahead, Reb the Barber. He also runs another program too as well. Go ahead, Reb the Barber.
Yeah. What's going on, Mark?
Good, man. I'm good. I'm glad to be live.
Yeah.
I was in your area today. I didn't see you today. I was in your area today. Yeah.
Yeah, I had to move around and get out the way for a little bit, but
Okay.
I seen y'all was over there. I didn't know that there was a shooting over there. I've been so busy trying to handle some things I ain't even know, but I ain't gonna say shame on me. It's just so much been going on. So I'm seeing on your title with the helping the community. You know what I'm saying? I remember the last time I was on the call and it was a lady, you know what I'm saying? Well, you know what I'm saying? You do what you do over there in Inglewood, I do what I do over here in South Shore. As you know, Martin, you know what I'm saying? I've done things in South Shore. There's a name that the awareness about me, period, came from South Shore because of, you know, my friend Harris Augustus. You know, and it ain't about that, you know what I'm saying? It's about your work, the fruit that you bear every day. I got, you know what I'm saying, like I say, a few boys, you know what I'm saying, and they like my son. You know what I'm saying? They treat my son, who's 8 years old, as a little brother. They're between the ages of 10 and 12. So when he's around, that's like their little brother. But it's a program that I have going on over in Inglewood where they have to show up with their parents' permission. You know what I'm saying? After checking in, they got to come to the center. You understand what I'm saying? So, and I'm just gonna say this, Mark. I'm trying to make it short, but I just want you guys to hear me out. This is how. You know what I'm saying? You asking for solutions. I'm just gonna give you a diagram of my way. You know what I'm saying? Of doing things and how it works. You know, and I believe that it'll be effective before all if they tried. But anyway, it got to the point where my young man, like God has magnified my platform in them to the point where they come. And the thing about it, when they came, I got to the point the Lord's like, well, I want y'all name, first, last name, I want y'all mother or father or both parents, you know what I'm saying, phone number. And they did it. Now, one boy I have recruited all his friends. They all come from Bass. You know what I'm saying? And it's about 8 of them. And one of them, he's not at Bass. He's at another school. He come on the weekends. He's little man. You know what I'm saying? You just think of that movie Hardball. That's what I got with Keanu Reeves. You know what I'm saying? So little man, he comes from O-Block. Everybody else, you know what I'm saying, is connected from Inglewood to O-Block. It's some type of connection too. So I have them with me, and I have their parents. Their parents, I had to meet their parents. Now, it's only 2 of them whose parents I haven't met yet. and I will meet them. But all of them, I know their parents. One of them, his brother just got shot in the head. I was at the hospital with their parents. You know what I'm saying? I'm involved in their parents. It ain't about, I ain't finna come on no social media, let everybody know, put it on blast. You know, if God put it in a case where I end up in that situation where I must go, yeah, I will. But I ain't in this, you know what I'm saying, Martin? You know me. I ain't in this for the social media outcry. I ain't in it for no money. I finance from my own pocket. But just what in my world, in my small world, and where they know me in Inglewood, there's an effectiveness. Even around the shakings around me to the point where the devil even started bothering. I mean, when I say he bothered me today, he bothered me today. You know what I'm saying? So I know their parents. I'm gonna go back to I know their parents. And when I could get their parents to call me and say, Pastor Hill, my child did this. You know what I'm saying? How many organizations could say that? How many schools could say that? The parents call the school and ask for help. And getting a reply that, hey, you know what I'm saying? So it's all working. So the kids showing up after school like they're supposed to. You know what I'm saying? They on the football field and we doing the drills of football and teach them because they love football like I'm supposed to. Where they're inside the building and they because you know we got a food pantry and they helping by stacking some of the groceries and they going downtown, they getting paid some type of things in certain situations where you really inside their life, you really making a change. And even in the midst of one of my I call him my son, one of my sons, brother being shot, I gotta keep in his mind because he at that age, you know what I'm saying, Martin, we know they got guns at 10, 11 years old, but guess what? I gotta keep him on the football field. I gotta stay in contact with his father. See, I got a connection with his father. You talking about where the man is. See, it's the reason why I'm doing the 7 block 7. The 7, I'm asking for help out there. I'm putting it on my Facebook page, and we're doing our best to get the marketing more approved of it. You know what I'm saying? But 7 block 7 is an initiative to let's go into our communities. Let's use the schools. But don't wait until they go downtown and say, let's make a plan with all the preachers go downtown and we talk and pray for our kids. No, let's go in the households now. Let's 7 block 7. Let's Inglewood, and we're gonna use those as a blueprint of getting to the for every school. We go 7 blocks, household to household, door to door. Not like DCFS, not like the police, but like the leaders in the community. Y'all ask for leaders, okay? New Life Resurrection Ministry, 838 West Marquette Road, Pastor Donnell Hill. We're trying to collaborate communities together right now. Get with the parents. Because if you got the kids, you get to the parents. Trust me, I got the parents' approval. This ain't no brag. I'm just saying what works. That's all. You know, and that's what I'm saying. Let's talk about solutions. Let's talk about how we really care. How I gave up everything else to do what I'm doing today. I mean, for some people can do that. I mean, maybe some people can't. I mean, it depends on God's call. It depends on your anointing. You know what I'm saying? But when you care, you know what I'm saying, when you give to what really matters, you know what I'm saying, instead of, you know what I'm saying, I'm asking Chance the Rapper, if you ever listen in, somebody on here, no Chance, you know what I'm saying, instead of giving to CPS schools who teaching them homosexuality and comprehensive sexuality education, instead of donating millions of dollars for that, can you put it into New Life Resurrection? Can you put it into the kids in Inglewood? If we talk about Inglewood, y'all looking for a place to, and I ain't, man, listen, I'm just asking. Can y'all come and help? Even if you got no money, can y'all come and help and read through what's going on? Like that. You know what I'm saying? We 7 block 7. Y'all keep that in y'all head. 7 block 7. Don't mess with our kids. Parent got rights. Put the guns down. Raise the kids up. Y'all keep that in y'all head. You know what I'm saying? Because there's people out here who's really working on boots on the ground, on the matter with no funds. It's really like it's not for no limit. There's no limit to it. I mean, there's like people out here fighting. People out here fighting, and we need people to set it. I hear a lot of people on Martin Funk. Martin, thank you for everything that you're doing. Thank you for allowing us to hear who cares and who don't care. To see when we read through the messages and the posters, who care and who don't care. You know what I'm saying? When the devil attacking you, steady being strong, you know what I'm saying? Because trust me, the devil attacking me this week, Martin. A heavy attack. But guess what I got? Integrity. I'm a man. I'm a black man. And guess what? I want a black man that raised up, that stands up. I ain't got to be a part of no group. I'm by myself. I ask for help, but I stand by myself. And I'm in Inglewood, y'all. New Life Resurrection Ministries. Martin Johnson know me. Crown Chase know me. I know him well. I know him as a good man. I know him. I have never had any flaw against him. He's never had any type of running altercation, anything with him. Me and him even talked on grounds of things that came against him, and I may have come to him and talk to him, and we was able to talk, but we was able to still keep respect and standard because, you know what I'm saying, I allowed and I respected his world because he had to deal with it. You know what I'm saying? And if he called me out and need my help, I'll be there for him like I know he would for me. You know what I'm saying? So this is man. We just showing image of man. Man, I'm calling all men. I'm calling only pastors. No, I'm calling all men. Rise up. That's my thing. Father to the fatherless move. Rise up. Rise up, man. We can stop the stuff that's going on. Man, these showing, the only thing you got to do is show an image. They'll watch you long enough and they'll start respecting you. And the devil will attack you, but keep your integrity. Stand up with your head high. You know what I'm saying? No matter what you did. No matter what they said that you ain't care about your child. You know you love your child, real man. Even if you couldn't be there. When they said you ain't nothing. You know what I'm saying? You ain't there for your child. No. You really could. You really care about your child. Pick up your confidence. Pick up your faith. Pick up your authority.
All right, preacher, you preaching to us now.
Stand in yourself.
We got to go to the next caller.
I'm sorry,
okay.
I'm sorry.
All right.
But no, I just wanted to say that because I'm going through, Mark. You know what I'm saying? I went through something. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes, you know what I'm saying, this is like my fight back. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? And so I apologize. I had to call in. You know, the community. Yeah, we got people fighting. You know what I'm saying? And like I say, 7 blocks, 7 schools, blueprints of 7 communities where we'll go 7 blocks, north, south, east, and west. We're going to be campaigning. Put the guns down, raise the kids up. Don't mess with our kids. You know what I'm saying? Parents got rights. There's a lot going on. You know what I'm saying? And it's about collecting. Everybody, let's come together. South Shore, Inglewood, Roseland, everybody. We all connected. We just probably come from the same block, but spread it out in different communities. You know what I'm saying? Let's come together. Real men, stand up. I'm challenging. I'm challenging the real man challenge, Martin. It's the real man challenge. All right, up until Father's Day. Let's see how many men we can get up and show up for a certain thing I'm calling out for Father's Day. Because, you know, they got the gay rights out there, and they talking about Pride Day on Father's Day. We ain't having that. We talking about Black Father's Day. So that's Juneteenth, too. You feel me? So y'all come forth, real man.
All right. 4248. I think it's Bill. 4248. Call the last 4 digits.
Hey, everybody.
Yeah, that's Bill. Yeah, Bill.
Hey, how you doing, Martin?
Man, I'm happy to be
start
living.
off by saying, for the most part, I'll take my hat off to Reb, Stringer, Helen, and anybody that's doing similar work. You for giving them a platform, because truthfully, the people that I've heard of, most of them I would see like on a news clip or something like that. I've come to be familiar with the people that come on your show, which seem to me have a better perspective of what needs to be done. I was really digging what Stringer said. You know, it's just basically keeping it simple and having one idea about these kids first and foremost. And it's easy to keep a child on track that's a good child already, but it's some of the bad ones that you got to reach. But like you just said, Martin, all of them ain't gonna be able to be saved. But sitting here listening, man, you guys was talking about the politicians the aldermen and all of this, and it just gave me a flashback, man, from when I was shorty. My grandmother worked for the city of Chicago for the Department of Human Services. She worked there in the 60s, 70s, all the way up into the 80s. And I remember, man, like being 10, 11 years old, she was a community rep supervisor, how my grandmother would get a call and jump up at 2 o'clock in the morning and go to a scene of a crime, especially fire, all the time to make sure that these people had resources that you saying that our people aren't getting. And the Department of Human Services had onslaughts of money. I'm sure they still got it, but they don't want to spend it. They don't want to. These politicians are making it available to Stringer, Helen, Reb. They at that time, man, they used to take, and I don't mean just in one neighborhood, not just Inglewood. It would be kids going to football games, basketball games from Austin, all over Inglewood, Lower West Side, and buses, man. It would take you to the circus, take you out of that environment. And of course it wasn't as bad as it is now, but taking you out of the environment, giving you a chance to see something else other than the poverty that you're living in. You know, let us see. There's people that work regular jobs and got homes and stuff that you can do the same thing. But one of the things that was really most memorable, my grandmother was a supervisor, and she gave all of the sites all over Chicago the NYC jobs. And those NYC jobs, man, it helped a lot. It helped a lot of struggling parents, working class or not working class, because the kid had a chance to make some minimum wage money and buy themselves something for school or whatever. But it also helped the community because they would be taking us through our own neighborhood, our very own neighborhood, cleaning up vacant lots, abandoned buildings. You know, if they had not only just choke sandwiches, should I say, they would take us different places. I didn't even know what a Burger King was until I experienced it through that. So these politicians, man, I believe it was Helen that said they just got a black face, man, because it's no way possible that you know of all these different organizations that's really trying, and you not stepping up and saying, hey, I got something for y'all, because it ain't just the money. It take money, like you say. It take money. Y'all taking the money out of y'all pocket, but more than anything, which is priceless, you taking your time. Your time is priceless. It could never be replaced. So I take my hat off to y'all for donating y'all time. But somebody, somewhere, me including, all of us need to start getting on these aldermen and these people in office that claim they representing us, but not. Because there's no way that these migrants, which is another subject, are moving into our communities, or they're temporarily, however they want to put it, with all the access to things that would help our community. I never like to say that they getting our money, because they not getting our money. What God got for us, we will have. Plus, that's giving them an excuse. When you go to them, talking to them, you giving them all our money. No, it's a limitless amount of money when they want it to be for whatever case they wanted to be. So they're not getting our money. They're getting a lot of resources, but it's not our money. It could be our money for our kids, but I'm not gonna hold everybody hostage. That's pretty much what I want to say.
Okay, Stringer wanted to say something real quick. Go ahead, Stringer.
So, Ms. Marshall put down there, give them something to look forward to. I think that is very important, and I think that's why in my program, what we do is we give these kids money, right? We give them money, and we don't just hand them money like that. Well, I do. They hate me for doing it. They say, Stringer, don't do that. But I do that. But I do it not because I want to. It's because, number one, I have a system where if they show up on time, I give them what they call team string bucks. That's team, like TEAM, string, my name, bucks. So if they come to class on time, they get team string bucks, maybe $2. If they participate in class, they may get $3. When they do stuff and I notice they're respecting somebody else, but they want to cut somebody off, they might get $4 just by showing these classmates that, hey, I'm showing you respect. I wanted to say something, but I waited. I'm being patient. And when it's all over, when the program is over in 8 weeks, 6 weeks, 10 weeks, whatever we're running, they can redeem those bucks into real money. So some kids are left with $360. Some kids are left with $50. On top of that, we also take these kids to different things. Take them to the Bulls games. Take them to the Sox games. Take them to the zoo. We do different things like that. One of the things that I just implemented last week is the kid who get less referrals, because again, I want the kids who got just, they tweak it a little bit in school and they write down that verse, because I used to be that kid. But the kid who get less referrals for the next 6 weeks, whoever can be disciplined the less will get whatever shoes they want. If they want a pair of Jordans, they're going to get a pair of Jordans. If they want some dunks, they can get some dunks. So part of our program, that's Team String, I Am Not Forgotten, we do give them something to look forward to. And I also ask, hey, what do you guys want to do? What do you guys want to do? So, hey, they say we want to have a pizza party. I say, you know what? How about this? If everybody show up on time for next week, if everybody show up on time, we can have one. You know what happened? Next week came, 3 people was late, so we don't have one. We don't have one. We're going to see what happened this week, but we want everybody to show up on time and respect each other. So most programs that I do know about, man, they do give these kids something to look forward to. So I just wanted to respond to Ms. Marshall's comment down there.
Okay, we got another
Thank
caller.
You.
Derek, 872 area code.
Hey, what's going on, Mark? How everybody doing on the panel?
Good.
I'm loving this conversation, man. And, I want to add, like, Mark, you know what I do, but I just, I'd rather keep it low key for now. I just don't want to broadcast it on the air. But, man, so everybody said, like, everything, Martin. It's like I'm damn near ready to cry because I think about this stuff. You know what I'm saying? I even posted something like this, yesterday, Martin. But the main thing is how I forgot who said it, but he's saying he's working with the kids. He's giving them bucks. That's cool. The other guy, he said he's working with the kids. He's he know their parents and things like that. What everybody's saying is good. Now, it's like it's time for us to stand up together, like you said. Now, how about we just come, like how we could get like the kids in Auburn, Gresham, Hyde Park, Inglewood, they come together and things like that. All the men get together, like someone said, let's go to the alderman office, no matter what alderman office it is, in all these neighborhoods. We go approach them. We march, we march in front of them, let them know we together. Now we got power now. So if you're not gonna come together with us, you're gonna be out here because we're coming together and we'll vote you out here, no matter what alderman, what neighborhood you're in. And then, we reach out to the principals, not going against them. I'm not saying go against principals, but let them know we got y'all back in these, in these schools when it comes to these kids, because we're in tune together. We coming together now. We're in tune with the parents. We're in tune with the police officers in y'all district. Things like that. And we keep approaching people in our neighborhood, whether it be the gangs, whether it be the aldermen, whether it be the, no matter who it is, the parents, the children. Once we're coming together and we holding everybody responsible for the position that they're playing in our neighborhood, like from a parent, politician, gang members that we probably know that we see on the internet, from what neighborhood they in, we have to reach out to them. Like what these guys are talking about, what these men talking about, men coming together, I'm with it, man. And you know what I do? And like I said, I'd rather talk about it like off of the panel, but I'm gonna teach these kids now. You know, I'm in the process of doing it now with the city. I'm in the middle of a contract right now. You know, but I'm willing to come together with these men that I hear talking on this panel right now. I'm definitely willing. You know, you can give my number, whatever the case might be. I'm willing. I'm ready. I'm definitely willing to ready.
Hey, Martin, can I respond to that?
Yeah, go ahead, bro.
I don't know his name. I don't know his name, but look, when this how serious I am, bro. The guy who just talking. I'm with.
I know you is.
I need your I need your. You might know who I am, and I need your information. You might know each other. I don't know. We may have come across each other, but if we can collaborate something like that, so that idea that you even just said, that's like a calling card. You know what I'm saying? To bring everybody together like that and do that. You know what I'm saying? Because this 7 Block 7 that I'm doing, it is a platform because it's the way to these parents is these children. We don't get like one thing I understand. Like, look, I'm a pastor. I'm a spiritual being. I'm a man of God. So I ain't saying
Amen.
I ain't saying I'm no prophet, but God in my essence of myself, you know what I'm saying, show me things. Now you know how they was doing. Y'all seeing how they did through COVID. They started saying Black Lives Matter, using the black faces, black-owned businesses, and everything like that. We in the new American plan. We in the new American plan. Ain't no they wrote the American plan and we reading it and it's coming. No, we in the new American plan. You know what I'm saying? So at the same time, only thing we can do is find ourselves. And like I'm telling you, I agree with Brother Tyrone Muhammad. It's gonna take us to save us. It's gonna take us to help us. I'm telling you. You know what I'm saying? So your idea, my idea, you know what I'm saying? Us coming to collective tables, yeah. Because they're going to sell our children. They selling our children to a whole bunch of stuff. These new Bill of Rights, you know what I'm saying? Taking away parent rights, you know what I'm saying? Giving these children the rights that they should definitely not have. You know what I'm saying? Mutilating themselves, homosexuality, questioning themselves, all this stuff. You know what I'm saying? It's time for us, a man, to stand up. Like, that's one thing that haven't stood up through all this time. Is men. In the church. In the way that they should stand up. And listen, I'm a pastor. I'm saying I'm different. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
I'm different. You know what I'm saying? God is different. He ain't who everybody said he like if he like you don't call me he because he's not man that nothing like so God is God. The Almighty is different. He do things in His way. So I speak the way I speak, how I speak, because I speak with confidence. This passion and confidence. That's what it is for me. I don't regret no word. None of the words that I say will fall to the ground, because my actions will speak louder than my words. See, that's the thing.
Okay.
10-4.
All right.
Yeah, I'm with it, bro. Like Martin, let's go ahead. Martin, go ahead and tune us together. Tune us in together, because I'm with what I'm doing a campaign. Forget running for office. I'm running a campaign for the community. Hey, let's get to the community. You know
What's your first name again, brother?
Hey, Reverend Barber. All you gotta do is put it in the message. Put it in the messenger. Put it in the messenger. That's all you have to do. You on here, just put it in the messenger. Put your name in the messenger. That's all. Say a message. I'm part of the panel. Yeah, that's all you have to do. You can read it. Y'all exchange it from there. Now, all right, people. I just wanted to have a little program today and talk about the community, and that's what it's about, people. And you know, I believe personally, and Hella can witness, we seen a lot of community activists, and they went out to the big bucks, and I'm not mad at them. They quiet, and you know, they went out to big bucks. They're no longer making a noise. And God's looking for some new folks, new people that's going to do great work. All they need you is to be able to trust you. And that's what we need. We have to have trust among one another and with the people that we're working with, that we won't take advantage of the people that we're working with. None of the children, none of the parents, period. So basically, I'm not going to be on here all night. I'm just going to get off. I just want to thank you, every last one of you, for, and those of you that that was on the panel, you can put your name in the message, say I was on the panel. This was me. So there are people to know who you are and reach out to you. This is a community forum, and it's what we do here. We network. We network, and we tell the truth and shame the devil. And sometimes we may disagree. We're not going to all agree all the time. But what we're not going to do, we're not going to cuss each other out and call each other names because we don't agree with each other, and you don't see it my way, I don't see it your way. So I want to thank you guys for tuning in. It's a short live tonight, but thank you so much. Appreciate it. And thank you, Stringer, Helen, Reb the Barber, Bill, and Derek. Thank you for calling in. Thank all the people that said something in the messenger too as well. And tell me, people, it's good to talk in the messenger, but sometimes it's good for you to call in. Let us hear your voice because we don't have all the answers. We need help. We definitely, as a Black community, Black people, we're moving out of the Black community, and the migrants are moving in and buying property. We're moving out of these areas that we call bad and terrible. Right. All right, people, live, uncut, unedited. You already know what it is. Live, uncut, unedited. Tell the truth and shame the devil. I love being Black.